Hello, welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. Today's beer is from a brewery that brews in the far south of Japan and also in the far north of Japan. The brewery is called Helios, and it's actually Helios Distillery. And Helios was founded in 1961 in Okinawa, which is the southernmost prefecture of Japan. It's from the last main island of Japan, Kyushu. It's about halfway to Taiwan, and they started out in making their name by distilling different types of liqueurs, most notably awamori, which is a distilled rice drink. They also make rum, sake, whiskey, liqueurs, and a few years back they started a craft beer division as well. They have about I think 30 beers or so listed on Rate Beer. Untapped, more like around 40, I think. And so the craft beer division is called Helios Craft Beer. And a couple of years ago, they bought a brewery in Japan that was run by KanColle Game, and they still make KanColle Game beer there as well. This is in Iwate Prefecture in the north of Japan. So they do brew a number of beers up there, as well as some beers in the south of Japan. So we're going to take a look at a rather unusual beer from them today. It's a very new one. So the beer for today is this one, and I'm going to have a hard time explaining the marketing and label art behind this beer, so please bear with me. This is called Helios Fleet Girls Collection KanColle since 2013 4/23 10th anniversary Pale Ale. Now, what is this beer? Well, we're going to find out, but first of all, let's look at the label art. And in fact, I think this beer might be more about the marketing than the malt, or more about the hype than the hops. So let me talk a little bit about this KanColle. This is, by the way, brewed in their Iwate Prefecture brewery, and it's from what's called the Kantai Collection, then shortened into KanColle in Japanese. And what is KanColle? Well, it's a free web browser web game published by the Kadokawa group and published actually by DMM.com. And the KanColle Collection is a collection. Now, bear with me, it's going to be a little slow here, and I do need my notes. The game theme is to create a representation of World War II warships personified as young girls, teenage girls, and young adult women. And it's what's called moe anthropomorphism. And of course, anthropomorphism is giving human-like qualities to something not human, in this case warships. And moe is defined as kind of the feeling of affection or attraction to anime or manga characters. And the whole culture of manga and anime is something that it's kind of a foreign country to me. Even though I live in Japan, I've never really been interested in it, but of course it is one of Japan's big cultural exports. Go into any large bookstore in the United States and you will find a manga section. Go into any bookstore in Japan, you will find manga all over the place, large sections of manga. It's just something I've never really been interested in that much. So the moe anthropomorphism can be applied to animals, computers, chemicals, countries, diseases, food, all represented as female anime characters. And this media franchise is more than just the game. It's also a manga series, a series of light novels, a tabletop game, a PlayStation game, a TV series, and an animated film. Actually, I think 2 or 3 animated films based on this Kantai Collection or KanColle. I'll put some links to the information if you want. This goes way beyond my expertise. Several years ago, I was in a beer bar, and where was it? Was it Minneapolis? No, Portland. And it was trivia night, and I decided I would join a team. And they announced that one of the themes was movies. And I thought, whoa, oh, great, because I studied movies and taught film history and so forth. And so I thought, oh, this is going to be great. Well, it turned out that what they meant by movies was anime. And my teammates, who I told, oh, I'll be able to answer a lot of the questions, I think, just looked at me like, well, I couldn't answer any of the questions about anime. But in any case, it is a big thing. The online game, apparently has over 3 million registered players. So, all right, so since I spent more time now talking about the marketing rather than the beer itself, let me get to it. Rate beer, there were no ratings whatsoever. Untapped, 48 ratings, an average of 3.34. And one Untapped rater just put, oh, Japan. And so, in any case. Okay, so we look at this beer. Once again, the name is Helios, or Helios Fleet Girls Collection KanColle since 2013.4.23. And the whole idea behind it was the 10th anniversary of this game, apparently. So they are making a beer for that. Shall we give it a go? Okay, here we're going to pour this thing out. Well, I suppose you could put a little battleship in here or something, float it around, but I'm not going to do that. This is supposed to be a pale ale. It is a slightly hazy, sort of orangish amber color. No problem there. A finger or so of frothy, slightly off-white foam. No problem there. Okay, it does have a kind of mild, sweet, or what would lead you to be, it will be sweet, sort of fruity nose. Definitely getting some like overripe apples. Maybe light peach, but not much else. Hops are not so apparent. This was 5%, 5.5%. Did I even mention that before? That's 5%, and I don't know the international bittering units on it. Okay. Flavor's mild, grainy, lightly sweet, again, stone fruit. Maybe a touch of citrus, sort of hopping. Yeah, it doesn't go much beyond that. Mild and sweet, and then sort of flattens out into kind of a powdery sort of sweetness too as well. I wouldn't recommend this very highly. This cost me 364 yen where I bought it, and that's probably around $3 or so US, maybe a little bit less. I don't think I can recommend this terribly highly. If you are a fan of this game or manga series or film or whatever, you may want to give it a go. It may be even a collectible for you, but not for me. I don't think I'll give this one a go again. Check the description. I'll have some links to information if you want to find out a little bit more about Helios or about the game that it's this beer label art is based on. Once again, it is called Helios Fleet Girls Collection KanColle since 2013.4.23, April 23rd, pale ale. And right on Untapped, they call it an English pale ale. And I thought it might be American, but I think they're probably right. It probably is British. It's less hopped and a little sweeter. Not terrible, drinkable, but I don't think I need another one of these. That's it for today. Please do subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment and tell me your experience. Tell me more about this KanColle thing if you want, or your experience with manga. All right, that's it. Bye-bye.